Is it haram all the time? No. No, my friend. You have a daughter which you wish to give her hand in marriage to a righteous man, and you've been looking hard, and you find this X-Man. I hope there's no hero, superhero called X-Man, but I mean X-Man as in Y-Man, fine. He comes around. Now you can't just give him, give your daughter in marriage without knowing who this person is. So in this case, what are you supposed to do? You go to the masjid where this person is supposed to be praying, and you ask a brother, Akhi, how's this brother, man? Which row does he pray in? Does he come to the salah 5 times a day? Do you see him all the time? Now, if you are the one being asked, and you know this person is no good, it's an obligation on you to say that. And you're not backbiting. You understand? This is an exception. You have to say, brother, this person is no good. I've seen him smoke, right? He's negligent about the salah. He's praying in the second jama'ah. Nowadays, of course, you say, this is extreme. Brother, if he's doing this, then no one is going to get married. Say, listen man, this is the deen. Either we apply or adhere, or we stay behind. But the reality, this is the criteria. This is the criteria for a person to be accepted. Not anyone who just prays 5 times a day. The hypocrites pray 5 times a day. We should hasten to pray on time in the first row and all the good stuff that we all know about already. We will deal with that inshallah soon, in a very few coming lectures inshallah. So the point being, in this case, you have to explain the reality of this person. Brother and sister, you are not backbiting. This is the first exception. Second exception, oppression. If you have been oppressed and you need to complain, someone hit your car, someone took away a piece of your land, and you need to go to some government agency or something to complain. Such and such person, his name is Ahmed, whatever, he has taken my property. This is not backbiting, because you have been oppressed and you are complaining. The third one is changing the munkar. There's an evil going on, and you want to, an evil in the masjid. You come into the masjid, you see some kids playing soccer in the masjid, very common today. Very common today. You come into the masjid and you see someone dribbling a soccer ball around, or taking a shower in the place where he's supposed to drink water after he finished his game, his very, tiring game outside before the salah. During the salah, he may come and take a shower in the masjid, in the same fount which you used to drink water, right? Sounds normal nowadays and looks normal, but it's not. If you were to go now and complain to some religious person, the imam of the masjid, you may say, this young man over here, this brother are doing this every single day in the salah. You are not backbiting because you're trying to change the munkar. Now, whoever memorizes all these, I've so far mentioned 3. There will be 2 more, right? Or 3 more. There's one, I'm still not sure whether I will remember it or not, whether I will mention it or not. Whoever memorizes all, and gives me the answer, if I ask you at the end of the lecture, I will give you nothing, inshallah ta'ala. So just hang in there and make sure that you get them right. I will give you nothing, but Allah may give you some reward, or you may get some benefit from them in the future and be able to apply them in your lives. I always get the people with this one, it's not really common. Anyways, so the third exception, fourth, seeking a fatwa. You need a fatwa from a alim. There's a dispute between a husband and a wife, and they need to, get a fatwa concerning what to do. A wife may tell the mufti that, my husband, has done such and such and such. Again, this is not considered backbiting. This is 4. Fifthly, warning a Muslim from evil. Warning a Muslim from evil. And we mentioned that. This is the first one I mentioned, actually. Now it's number 5. The last one, warning against innovators and evil people. If someone is doing a sin that is personal to him, or a bid'ah personal to him, it's not affecting those in the around him, then this we leave alone. But if someone is a mubtadi', he's an innovator in the deen, calling the people to innovation, then speaking and warning the Muslims against this person is not considered backbiting. Classical example, which I'm going to prove to you that, and Allah is my witness and observing me and listening to me to show you, so you can feel free that this is not backbiting. Don't listen to Hamza Yusuf. You don't know who Hamza Yusuf is? He's an American Sufi who calls people outwardly to Sufism. He has an institute called Zaytuna Institute, where you walk into the classrooms and you find children sitting there saying Allah, 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 just like these crazy people back in the days. That's what they're teaching them. So this individual is a Sufi. He's an innovator calling people to Sufism, and so we have no problem warning the Muslims against him, because he's very eloquent. He will come on the minbar and say these, honey, sweet speeches, and the people are just, mesmerized. But in fact, a'udhu billah, he's calling him to deviance and other than the sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So yes, when someone is outwardly doing the bid'ah, he's been advised, ya akhi, fear Allah, ya akhi, the Muslim ummah listens to you, haram for you to do this, and he ignores all warnings, he insists on his way, then the Muslims must be warned against this individual, so they will not be fooled by him. This is from the way of the righteous predecessors. Now we don't let the shaitan play games with us, and we go out and calling everybody in the world without knowing the reality of their circumstances. Because this is the other extreme, that we take it as a habit, right? It becomes a habit to just pick on people and degrade all Muslims all over the world except us, except I and a few brothers around me. This is another extreme, and this is not correct. So only in areas where the person deserves it. This is an exception to backbiting. Excuse me. So these are the 5 which I mentioned. Again, if you remember them, you know what you will get.